I'm Gordon with Friendly Frets. This is my first ever practice routine for students that are brand new to the guitar. So if you're new to the guitar or you just bought one and you don't know exactly where to begin, this is a great range of techniques that will help you kind of get started. We're going to cover picking, we're going to cover left-hand exercises and scales. We'll work on some chord changing, and we're going to apply that to 2 songs, and we'll also work on some strumming patterns. Before you get started, go ahead and visit my website, friendlyfrets.com/resources, and you can download the PDF files to everything that I'm going to cover today. All right, let's get started. Hey, the first thing we're going to work on is picking strings. I know it's real simple, but we're just going to bend from the wrist. I'm going to hold a pick this way a little bit. Let's get started and we'll work on it. Hey, now we're going to work on a left-hand exercise. That's going to work on stretching out the left hand a little bit, and it's going to also work on good finger placement. There's basically 3 things that you want to think about when working on this. I'd say focus on each of them independently at first. The first one is generally I keep my thumb behind the neck. So you'll notice that I don't bring my thumb over like this, but I kind of have it here in line with the middle finger. The other thing I do is I keep my fingers close to the frets and on the fingertips. You'll make a nice clean tone that way. And finally, as you get more comfortable with that left hand and you kind of are starting to get the exercise down, go ahead and start adding your alternate picking. And I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So I'm just going to always start with a downstroke when I pick. But you don't have to work on that until you're getting more comfortable with the left hand. Hey, we worked on the left-hand exercise, and now we're going to apply that to a song that's part of 1960s TV lore. You can't call it by its real name, so I'm going to give it a name, and perhaps you can recognize it. I call it The Masked Vigilante. Okay, we're going to move on to exercise 2, and we're just going to move things up to the 5th fret. So I'll go up here with my first finger, and we're going to be playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're going to do that in every string. All right, I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. Hey, and that's left hand exercise number 2. Go ahead and practice that exercise anywhere from 2 to 3 times a day. That would be great for your left hand and for coordinating both your left and right hands. Now we're going to work on a scale called the Minor Pentatonic Scale. The guitar is built around the principle of 5, and this scale has the same notes as the strings on your guitar, so it's perfectly designed for the guitar. It's called the Minor Pentatonic Scale. What I recommend you do, I'm just going to play it quickly. Get used to it playing up the scale. Practice that first, and once you've memorized that, then you can start working on it going back down. Again, you can go real slow. And I would recommend practicing that about 3 times, just slowly, every day. And I think after about a week, you're going to start to be able to have this thing under your fingers. All right, the E minor pentatonic scale. I'll let you get started. Well, we've been working on scales, and now I'd like to start working on right-hand strumming. So I've got a strumming pattern that's going to help us with a song down the road. It's quarter notes and eighth notes. And if you don't really understand what those are yet, don't worry about it. Just kind of follow along, and I think things will start to make sense. So I'm going to play 4 quarter notes, down, 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 and then I'm going to play eighth notes with down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So we're going to work on a song called Desert Horse. It's a copyright title of a well-known song that was in the 70s. It only has 2 chords. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on just the chord changing. And chord changes are kind of hard at first for most guitar players. When I first started out, I had a lot of trouble changing chords. And I just had to slowly go back and forth. So you'll be working on 2 chord forms, which you'll see in the PDF file, and you just practice switching back and forth. All right, have fun with that. Hey, so we're going to work on the strumming pattern for our well-known song called Desert Horse. It's going to be a quarter note, down, and then we're going to do down, up, down, up, down, up. So it'll go something like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Go ahead and practice along in and see if you can slowly just kind of memorize that pattern. Now we're going to try to see if we can put that together. that was my practice routine for new students. I hope you find it helpful. Take your time working through each of the areas and see if you can cover all those areas in one sitting a little bit each day. It's not so much how much time you practice, it's just the consistency. So I hope you find that helpful. If you have questions or comments or thoughts, please reach out to me at my website, friendlyfrets.com/contact, and I'd be happy to talk with you further. All right, keep practicing.